Nigeria is so easy that all you have to do is literally look around you and whoop whoop. That's the sound of the police. Anyway, but if you want to pinpoint on a map, you have to know the names of these states, which I have here. And you can see Gusau is the capital of Zamfara. And I know that I just have to check the map. It's likely going to be on the main road. I think I know what road this is. Springs. Anyway, just keep it there. And yeah, it was somewhere else. That's okay. Usually find the address and road. I think this is Horrible. Equal road in Umara. I think. Yeah, let's see. It's this here, Cape Junction. Yes, that's it. And it should be close by. You can literally pinpoint using the map alone. So just memorize this whole thing and you're good. Okay, this is just me future proofing this video, but Nigeria uses concrete poles mostly. You will still find wooden poles, but Nigeria is more of a concrete pole country. They're the majority, as you can see, concrete poles everywhere. Uh, Ghana tends to use wooden poles. So if you see a lot of wooden poles, then um it's not Nigeria. It has to be Ghana. And Nigeria and Ghana are similar because we're English speaking West African countries. Those aren't many. Here's Nigeria. The easiest way to divide this country is through religion. I'm not joking. Our politicians are basically experts on this. Um, so there's more Muslims to the north and more Christians to the south. So you're more likely to find mosques to the north and southwest, and then more likely to find churches to the south. However, because Nigeria is somewhat a mixed society, at least in urban areas, we're very mixed. So you would find mosques and churches everywhere. I mean, you're more likely to find big mosques in the north and people wearing kaftans and hijabs in the north. I recommend you check up on the science because Nigeria is a mixed society and you can have a bit of those. Like, let me give you an example. You can also find this in the south. This is Wari. Yeah, vegetation would help you out here. But as you can see, we're in Delta State, the south. So as you guessed, the most reliable way to region guess Nigeria when you're out of urban areas is vegetation. To the south is more of rainforest, and to the north is more of savanna. Let's have an example. From here you can see there's trees, but the trees tend to be a bit sparse. This area is still in an urban area. Let's get out the road. Okay, yeah. So as you can see, the trees tend to be sparse, and then the land is mostly used for agriculture. So you either see farmland or tall grass or more of grass than trees. And then notice this. Let me get closer. Notice this. This is a neem tree. It's very common in the north. I can show you here. We should have neem trees as well. And there we have a neem tree. Hmm, so, You don't have to go that bad. Okay, so there's more clear neem trees. These trees are everywhere. So it's another, I mean, apart from the sign, of course, which says Yola, um, these trees are almost definitely always in the north. Like, this is a sure thing. There are also eucalyptus sometimes, but it's not quite the Australian eucalyptus. I think I have this in my own time too. It's not the Australian eucalyptus you'd expect. Should this be um neem tree? God, I think we have some. We've got them down. Nope, there is. This is your typical. Let's call it the Nigerian eucalyptus. I don't think because I'm sure it's not native to Nigeria. It was probably planted by the British, something like that. But see, let's move them. Yeah, this is the Nigerian eucalyptus. I don't know how common this is elsewhere, but I tend to just go and I find them. Again, signs always tell you where you are. Um, that's if you can read the signs, but it tends to be towards the northeast. Meanwhile, neem trees in general, you'll find them throughout the north. And then to the south, my yeah, my advice would be if it looks like an evil forest, you're in the south. And let's do more of this. See, yeah, evil forest vibes. Okay. Yeah, and then there's more of these oil palms. If you find oil palm plantations, then you're in this belt, sort of. The oil palm plantations are more common. There, yeah, more evil forest vibes and these type of palm trees. Yeah, plantation. This one is a plantation. If you find this palm trees in a formation like this, it's in it's in the oil palm belt, which is basically this area from Ondo down to Cross River, and it's cool for Lagos. Lagos also have more of that has more of that evil forest vibe, but it has its own flavor. I guess the flavor comes with the ground. So if the ground is more ashy like this, beach like, you're more likely at Lagos or this Ibeju area of Lagos. Yeah, evil forest background, ground ashy white. The reason you won't find most of this beach sand in other areas in Nigeria is if you notice um apart from ports that were used for slavery, Nigeria doesn't really do seaside cities. So yeah, Calabar or Lagos, that's all. Everyone else is tucked in, afraid of the ocean. And then something you should note, if you're ever in this area, um Akwa Ibom or Cross River, that's between Uyo and Calabar, you should expect this type of grass. It grows naturally, almost like a yeah, this type. It's not quite carpet grass, but it's low and you would find it everywhere. You hold bits out, and you can see there's more of it. I'm looking for, okay, yeah, this is a nice spot. And you would find this type of grass covering the ground. You find it between Cross River and Calabar. Yeah, here's more of it. You can see it's different from this grass. This is some weed. This is more of like, it feels like carpet grass. Then you should know you're in that region. If you can see mountain ranges to the distance, if you can see mountain ranges at a distance, you're more likely to be in this. You're more likely to be in this Gombe, Adamawa, Jalingo area. Let's have a look at this. Yes, you can see them from Taraba at a distance. Yeah, you can also see them. Yes, yes, you can also see them from Adamawa. Pretty far off here, and visibility is not guaranteed. But then here's something unique about Jos. Once you're in Jos, you would know you're in Jos because of these type of hills. Very rocky, lots of rocks. I don't know where to find them exactly. But yeah, this is typical of Jos. These type of rock formations. Shire hills. Oh, come on. Let's see Shire hills. Yeah, basically, if you find these rock formations, you're more likely going to be in Jos. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. This is very Jos. Right? Now you can find these like you can find these in Abuja, but they're not as intense as this. This is this is very Jos. 1, 2, 3. It's like over in Abuja, you would find the same thing, but not quite. You'd find the same things in Abuja, but they're not really. Um, okay. Another thing about Abuja is anytime you're in a well-developed place with some ridiculous highways, it's always Abuja. Like, just think military capital. That's Abuja. You would also find a lot of hills across river. This is should be see, have jeez. What is going on? We come over here between um between Obudu and Kashimpila into Kashimpila games between Obudu Castle Ranch and Kashimpila. I think we can't really get to Kashimpila with this video. Oh no. Yeah, we can notice we get closer to the hills. Yeah, that's the closest we can get. those hills. But Nigeria is bad at tourism. These are the most beautiful places in Nigeria, by the way. Just this area. In fact, I think you can expand it down to this area. But yeah, it's basically this area. Is this will blow your mind. But can't get cash Kunti, can't get cash in Pila. Let's try Upudu. Yeah. Again, I said about the kaftan thing, but and this is Obudu Cattle Ranch. And as you can see, is breathtaking. There's more of this stuff. Yeah, and it took one crazy governor to go build these roads because I promise you the rest of the reason why other places, beautiful places in Nigeria, aren't on Google Street View like this is because there are no roads there. Nigerian architecture. It's just concrete and zinc everywhere. Like that's the end. This is the end of the video. Although I think towards this is a really old town or city, so you should see a lot of these roofs, rusted zinc roofs. Yeah, this is very common around this area. Yeah, can't find a particular view. But, let's see if map will let us. Yeah, there it is. There it is. This area, like Ibadan, is really popular for this. So yeah, go southwest on this one. Sea of brown roofs, and that's Ibadan. And over in Kano, again, you should also always check these. But these things are like more likely to be found in Kano. Although you would always see signs that you in Kano. There, there's some bit of Kano architecture, but then again, yeah, you find a vibe to it. But then again, if you're in the city, you can always tell where you are by the signs. Yeah, you always find these type of, yeah, those edges, those water. Yeah, that's it. There's a vibe to them. Yeah, basically. Okay, we're out. And that's kind of, or around kind of. And Ocean State, where Oshobo is, it did local government right here. And it's like, Udi Osumi, what? of our road. Okay, got the idea. What's the name of the road? For God's sakes. Okay, okay, got it. Let's- Okay, Mount of Yam. I didn't teach you guys this one, but I know Yam when I see it. Going for which is going to. Oh, nice. Mm, stuff. I know this is a puja. What the hell? I think that's wrong. It's intensive. See, donkey. I don't know about this one. No.